Good evening, side friends. Bitty Man coming back at you from Walker's Music with yet another word for the day. Nightcap edition. Bitty Man is still in the mix, people. I'm going to give a shout out to the YouTube fam from Baby Justice, all the way up to Big Papa JT, whether it's Mama JT, y'all know the routine. Also to the End Time Harvest Gang, Brother L.A. from Kingdom Knowledge, Brother L.A. Michael McCrae, Brother P.P. Drawing, Brother Hot Cliff, Brother JT, Papa JT, Sister Hot Yoga, Sister Kate, our new found and collaborator friend Linda, as well as Leonard. We're giving God all the glory. And it's not going to be a long video tonight, people. I just want to come back and just address a couple of things. I was checking out some videos on YouTube, trying to see has anybody uploaded anything. I think I only saw one from JT. I don't remember seeing anything from anybody else. I don't know exactly what's going on. It might be me. Because like I said, I'm not running at 100% this week, people. But I think everybody could kind of understand that, with the passing of my sister on Monday and everything. We're trying to get the closer and closer get to the day. It'll get better. We know it. But nevertheless, I just wanted to say something. During my process of looking for video from my contacts and everything, from the Harvest Gang and whatnot, I ran across another video. They were doing a praise break. Being a musician, and all musicians should know what a praise break is, as far as the way we look at a praise break. When we get that up-tempo beat going with that drum and that bass, and then we get on them keys and start working with it. I don't know whether y'all can hear that or not. I don't know. I think I got it messed up. But at any rate, I was looking at that, and I saw everybody, and they were dancing and jumping around and everything. And I've often seen a lot of negative comments about that from various persuasions and everything. But let me tell you something, people, in case you do not know. What we call praise break in our churches, especially our black churches, this is nothing new. And for those that want to poke fun and mockery at it, it's nothing to mock at. That is that's an African tradition that was brought. That tradition was brought over here on slave ships. If you're gonna mock at something, at least know what you're mocking at. And I'm not gonna go through the history of that thing. I got a video on YouTube called it's a documentary I did on the history, just a brief history of the music that we have in the black church. And I did it I put it on YouTube and in various places on there. I don't know exactly. I think a few people touched on it, but if you really want to know where we get that dancing from, check out that video. It's a whole documentary I did on I think it's called African American. I got the master right here. I'll show it to you. Got dust on it. I need the dust off back here. This is the master copy right here. It's called African American Music DVD. I don't know whether you can see that title or not, but that's the master copy right there. Now, if you want to know the history of that praise, just read that. Go and take a look at that video. And I try to explain. It's not a very in-depth thing, but I just explain partly where it's come from. An African ritual dance. It's called a ring dance. And I'm going to let you do your history on that and look it up. Go check out my DVD and you'll know exactly. So before we mock things, let's don't be too quick to mock anybody's culture. Whether you be Caucasian, black, Asian, whatever it is, everybody got their own cultural traditions and whatnot that they have. And I don't think it's right for no one to mock or poke fun at someone else's culture, point blank. Just because it's not yours, you understand. I mean, just don't poke fun at stuff you don't understand, no way. But at any rate, I just thought that I'd throw that out there because I ran across it and I got a real kick at the praise. I love the upbeat, up-tempo. And I known a little bit about the African history of our people. In other words, our ancestors. In other words, I am American, but I have African descent. That's where my roots are. The roots are in Africa. But now, let's not mock things that we don't understand. And it's nothing really, people. I'm not trying to dig down and beat on nobody because everybody's not doing it. But I just saw a few negative comments, and I'm not going to even come off on that. But just like they were calling Martin Luther King certain things. And you know, like I said, he was a good leader. And Martin didn't have all the things. I mean, I'm quite sure. You don't idolize no one. Minuteman does not do that. Martin was a man just like you and I. You know, he was human, subject to mistakes, made him just like anybody else. But he was one of our best leaders that we've had in our race of people. Every race got their special leader. We got one too. Martin Luther King happened to be one, and I'm not ashamed of it. And if anybody got an offense about that, then you just got an offense. You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, Minuteman just came back and said, whatever you get into, remember I always say, if God is not in it, it's best you get out of it. And I want to leave on something I heard Steve Harvey make a statement on Facebook. He said, we need to do what we say. And I agree with Brother Steve so much, 100%. And I often go back and I quote something the King said in his last speech that he ever made before he was assassinated. And he told America these words, and they've been ringing in my head for months now, And I just keep going over in my mind. And I know it's something going to come of it, because whenever Minuteman gets something like that and it stays with him, there's something that I'm going to do with it. I'm not certain what it is yet, but it's something that I'm going to come up with to beacon this very same thing. King made that statement in his last speech. He told America, he said, just do what you said you were going to do on paper. That's all he wants you to do. In other words, do what you stated on paper. Do what you say. That's sort of like what Brother Steve Harvey was saying. And like I said, people, America is made up of, it's just like that ice cream. You got vanilla, you got chocolate, and you got strawberry. And they call that flavor of ice cream, if I'm not mistaken, I did a video on it a while back, and I think I said Metropolitan, but I didn't mean that. It's Neapolitan. Neapolitan. America is made up of many cultures and many races. In other words, this land, we said this land is your land, this land is my land, from the New York Island to the, you know what I'm saying, to the Redwood Forest and all of that and everything. But you see, also, people, I was also aware, and I got my memory was cultivated, and I thank God. And I don't think he mind me saying anything about it. Brother Whitehorse from YouTube, he reminded me, cause I got some of that too. Part of that's Creek in my family, so we got to first remember it was the American. The first American, the Native Indian. I'm just throwing something out there, people. So in other words, let us not get too big britched. You know what I'm saying? Minuteman just cut. I don't cut no corners. I don't try to pull no punches. I just tell it like it is. We got to think about our Native American. Whose land is it? Whose land was it? Might as well tell the true people. But now we all coexist together. But you know, like Whitehorse said, you can't forget the past. We remember the history. We study history to keep from making the same mistake that we made in the past. That's one of the reasons we look back. Oh, brother, I know that in my own little lifetime, I've been here for 50 years, but in my own little lifetime, there are a lot of things that if I could go back and do again, I would probably do them different, knowing what I know now. If I could take that knowledge in. If I could take the knowledge that I have now back in time and come back forward, I would do things differently. If I had the same knowledge, I'd just keep it like that. So let us remember that America is made up of many nations, many ethnic backgrounds. But let us remember who was here first. This is Minuteman saying peace and goodbye.